Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Confidence is never a question when it comes to wide receivers, and these two are no different. It's Browns Steelers going up against Jones's Falcons.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A spin. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Second down following the run. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So it'll be first down here after the run. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Second down, 8. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Gabriel, the man in motion. Here's Ryan to throw. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gordon, it's the Falcons. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. Sanu, the man in motion, left. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
To throw is Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly third and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. And tough starting field position here. Now a first down carry by Bell. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
Again, it's Bell. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Bell is so good at that. He just catches so many passes near the line of scrimmage. In fact, the unique stat line for him last year, he had more yards after the catch than total receiving yards from the line of scrimmage on the season.
That doesn't even sound real, but when you analyze his game, you understand why a stat like that can occur. His ability to catch the ball, be elusive, and also strong enough to break tackles, that allows him to gain all that extra yardage.
Remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he's got some space here. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Bell. And he's got room. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll give this to Bell running right. A beautiful fake. They find some open field here. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
First carry for James Conner. Finding room inside the 40. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A big run there. 29 yards and a first.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Again, it's Conner. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Here's a give to Bell running left. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Able to spin free. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Finding room at the 30. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. Now a handoff. Running left is Bell. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Devontae Freeman. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A give to Bell. And an alley to Rump. Way beyond Bell. It's a foot race. The 40. He's at the 30. The 20. 10. 5. And all the way down to the 5. It's a big run that time by Bell. And even 80 yards. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now Bell. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward. 2nd and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. Spins away, and he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Uses the spin. And some space here. And he's into the clear. The 30, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Taylor Gabriel with a return of 102 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from the special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone. But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right? Yeah, exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And some room to work. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one. Back now in Atlanta. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. So the offense lining up 1st and 10. The give is to Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5. And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll try the right side with Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll run it with Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down. The Steelers on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. The Steelers on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That's caught inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Bell. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And Boswell's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Well, now then, it's a big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so, but this was not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. So out come the Falcons now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Back to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
And a big tight end shifting around. On second down, Freeman. And some room to roam now. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Freeman again. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Tough spot for the offense. 3rd and 8. Freeman at tailback. He's got it running left. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Now